I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm cold.
It is cold, yes.
It's unusually cold.
Well, I mean, for December?
For East Texas in December, yes.
Not really.
Yes.
Not really.
It
feels like a normal cold for December.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's never this cold in December. Not here, anyways.
Okay.
And it's not as cold as it was.
Usually starts getting this cold like in October, Dudley. It's late this year, but
no.
Yeah, I don't think
we
you know
don't.
what you're talking about.
Our winter is very short.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in like a day, and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back and visits every once in a while. But for the most part, it stays away.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's been cold this week.
Yeah.
And our
just this week, for considering it's December.
Yes, it has just been this week.
Uh-huh.
But it also made our studio cold.
Yes.
So
Our little space it lacks in the Department of Central Heat and Air.
Yes. So we always have to prep it and then turn it all off for audio quality. But yeah.
So yeah.
Besides that,
it
is fine.
Well, what have you been playing this week?
Not a lot.
What are you doing with your life, Dudley?
I'm yawning. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I earlier this week I was looking through your game list on Steam, thinking maybe I'll find something I'd never played and try it out.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I downloaded Democracy 3.
Yeah, which I've not played much, despite owning it.
It's an interesting game. I put a couple hours into it.
Yeah.
I've played through 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
Just a little. It's basically democracy. You are at the start of the game. You have been elected president.
Okay.
So you have to, depending on what country you pick, you have some pre-established policies.
Yeah.
And then you have budgets, how much you're spending, and how much you're bringing in through taxes.
Yeah.
And so income and expenditures and all that stuff. And then that all's preset depending on what country you are. And then you have to run it.
Yeah.
And you have to make decisions, and you get political power, and which is in like a currency points thing, depending on how well you're doing, basically how many you get, and then you use that to make changes.
Yeah.
And there are problems like obesity or
you solve obesity,
crime.
Yeah.
I did actually. I was playing America last, and I did solve obesity.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So
America has a problem with that.
I also had a. So let's go back to my first game. I played America. It went bad.
Yeah.
It went bad really fast.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're doing.
No idea what I was doing. Thinking I'm just gonna, just cram these policies through and they'll be fine. Put all the monies in it. And that doesn't work.
Yeah.
People get very mad at me. And I and so you have so many years, and then you have it's like quarters, I think, and then so you do quarters, and then after so long you go for a re-election.
Yeah.
You
serve your term.
I serve my term, and I go up for re-election. And I had 2% of the vote.
2%? That's it?
That's
it.
All you got? That's all I got.
That's terrible.
Now, this is America, too, so 40% of the people didn't actually vote.
Yeah.
And then my opponent got all the other votes. So I did not go on. And the game ends. If you lose the election, that's it. The game's over.
Well, yeah.
And so I took a step back and picked a different country, which was the French. And France,
not the French. That's
French.
Not a country. It's
the country of the French. I did much better this time. I kind of got my grips on it, and I had like $2 trillion surplus.
Oh, well, okay.
They were
Dollars.
Yeah,
you really changed the French economy.
Well, it was in dollars. Yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense, does it?
It was not in dollars. I saw it.
Was it not?
No. It did not have a dollar symbol on it. It had
whatever,
the franc, whatever, or euro maybe. I think it was the euro.
Really?
Yeah. It had a little different. You didn't notice it didn't have the dollar sign.
No.
It had
I was too busy looking at percentage and income, and I was looking at the numbers.
I was like the only thing. I walked in and looked, and I feel like one of the only thing I noticed between your games was like, oh, the little money sign changed.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all. So yeah, I made it successfully. To a second term in the French government. And I had 96% of the vote.
Wow. So you were very popular.
Even the people who... There were, and my opposing team got, 2%, and then 2%...
Opposing party.
Yeah, there's
opposing candidate.
Yeah, there's always an opposition, and you can name it, whatever. But, and then 2% didn't vote. So I got 96%.
And your opponent got 2%.
Yeah. And I wish I had kept it going and had it set to multiple terms, but I did 2 terms and went for a third, and it's like you're successful again. Game's over. Because it had term limits.
Oh yeah. So I assume in America you can only run for the game only runs for 2 years.
You could
2 terms, not 2 years.
It's default at 2, but you can change it to 3 or 4 or unlimited.
Okay.
And
if you're a tyrant, if you're a dictator.
The last game I was playing America, USA. I was doing good. I had 60% support.
Okay, that's not.
I was in my second term. I had gotten 34% of the vote, which was enough to get me reelected because 30-something% or 40% didn't vote, and the other team was 20-something.
Okay. So having played this game, my first question is: do you feel like you're qualified to run for office?
No.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I was qualified to run for office before. Well, until this year's election.
Okay. But so do you think it follows real politics accurately?
No,
I didn't think so.
Well,
I think that was my big problem with the game. To me it was too quick.
Once I figured out the process of the game, I knew how to play it.
Yeah,
and I could do it.
Yeah,
I had to ignore what the policies were and just see what they affect.
Yeah.
Look at it shows what it affects and how much, and negative, positively. And I was like, okay, these are my problems. I need to do away with them. How do I bring those down? I would just enact stuff that would bring those down. Whether I personally had those political beliefs or not.
Yeah. It felt like to me like when I played it and then watching you play it and kind of refreshed my memory that it was less about you get to be president and trying to just see how your politics mesh with the whatever. It's just like this is how you play the game.
Yeah.
And if you figure it out, you'll do well enough to maybe get reelected.
Yeah. Well,
and I just it didn't hook me much.
Well, and it's fun for a while.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like you can't get hung up on if it's accurate. Yeah. Because if you do, then you'll be like, okay. Yeah. So there were some things in it I was like, this is not accurate.
Yeah.
It's like a weird little, it's a belief system thing.
Whether it's actually real in the world, but this is what people think kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more like what people think this will do as opposed to what it actually would do.
Yeah.
So... But I had fun with it. It was kind of it was different enough because I was really just looking for something different to play, and that's what got me.
I never got it. I played it a bit. Probably got a little more time in it than I did.
I probably won't play
an hour or
anymore.
two, and I was kind of done with it.
Probably 3 or 4 hours into it, but there are expansions that add other countries, or mods that add other countries, and every expansion. But it's cool, but and I guess you can play. There are DLCs that add certain scenarios you have to deal with, and which it's cool, but sometimes you just it's fun. It's a numbers game. You just sit there and balance the power.
Balancing the numbers.
Balancing numbers, which I'm fairly good at. I was very good at okay, this is how much surplus I have. I can spend this much this round.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would end up making money because it was a successful thing, and I would be still surplusing. Like, I was on the way in my second term. My goal was to have America's not in a deficit. They were going to be, because you start out like almost $3 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was at 1.2 trillion in my second term. So I was like, my goal is to be in the black as it is.
Isn't it green?
No, it's not green. We've talked about this before.
No, yeah. You want to be in the green.
In accounting, it's red is negative, black is positive. There is no green.
Black is 0.
No.
Green is positive.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Exactly like batteries.
No. What?
Green is positive.
That's not true at all.
And red is negative.
No, that's a very dangerous thing to tell people. No. I'm putting my foot down. No. Green is ground. No.
Did I strike a nerve, Dudley?
No. You're playing with electricity, which could lead to fire.
Fire?
So you're playing with
fire. Bad.
You're playing with fire. No.
I played a little bit of Mario Odyssey earlier this week.
Yeah.
And I have gotten I believe I have gotten all of the moons.
The mini moons?
The mini moons, except for like 6 of them. There are 6 on my little chart thing to show me.
Then what are you doing? Get on it.
I'm not going to do them.
What? You come this far, Dan.
I just I don't want to do the ones that I have to do to get them. I think I talked about this last week. The jump rope one, not gonna do it. The volleyball one, not gonna do it. And then the other ones are all basically variations on racing ones that I just don't care for.
Yeah, I don't like
the mechanic.
The racing ones at all.
I did all of them, but the weird little ice bouncing racing thing. Those are I think 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I don't care for them.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just have no desire to go through how many, dozen times to complete it. I did the Koopa race, like one of them like 30 times before I finally
because you're terrible.
And no, because it's just a pain in trying to master the right little parkour skill hat bounce stuff to do it. And so I'm like 6 short of having them all, and I'm kind of just decided I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You're okay.
Maybe if I'm feeling more adventurous later, I'll come back and I'll jump on it and try to get them. But
get one of them.
I put a bunch of time getting the last.
Make it a 6-month plan.
one a month.
You'll get one of them.
Okay.
And then the next month you'll get another one.
Maybe.
And then
we'll see.
You just keep going.
But yeah, I tried real hard to do the jump rope one.
Yeah.
As far as I got was 40, maybe 50 jumps. And then I was like, this is impossible.
You could use the glitch we talked about.
I looked into it, and I don't think it works anymore. Because I was like, because all the scores are still there, but
really?
It doesn't actually work anymore.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can do it, but it doesn't achieve the same results.
You can't just do it for 100 and get your.
No, I mean you can't you can do the lock camera thing, but it doesn't freeze the animation. So I haven't been able to replicate the floating in the air thing. But so it doesn't work anymore.
Okay,
or at least as far as I can tell.
So
or maybe I'm
trying to cheat.
I wasn't trying to cheat. I just thought, well, look at it, and then I was like, it doesn't work. Yeah. So
they may have fixed it.
Yeah, I'm sure they patched it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. I gave up 6 out. Done.
I think if you were that close, you should go ahead and finish it. But that's me. I wasn't even going to try to get all of them because I knew there were parts of it that just annoyed me and I wouldn't do it. Yeah. So I just
there's like 904.
Yeah.
I think so. 900 and something, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of moons. Many moons.
Many moons.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are still weird little things hidden in the game I may not know about.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got all the costumes. I've got most of them. Mm-hmm. There's probably about 3 or 4 I don't have.
Yeah.
But,
you'll have to get the cereal so you can get
the cereal, whatever. Yeah, and get whatever.
I already know what it gives you.
What does it give you?
It gives you it just gives you the coins or heart.
Oh, it's
kind of
like all the other ones.
The non-Mario one, which is weird. But that
seems like they would have put something special for being a Mario cereal.
Yeah,
thing.
but I mean, no, it wouldn't like. I think the reason they probably did that because you don't have to open the box to use it.
Oh yeah.
So you can just go to the store and do it. So it doesn't really add an incentive.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see why they didn't do something super special.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have been playing. We were traveling this weekend.
Yes.
And so I was playing Golf Story on the Switch.
Yes.
For a while. I picked it back up. I hadn't played it in a while. And I was picked it up. I was getting back through some more of the story, the golf story,
and as the game is titled for.
Yeah. And I like it a lot. I had to get back in the groove of doing the timed thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
The little time bar, what do we call that? Reaction thing where you hit a button and the little thing goes across the bar and you got to hit it at the right time to do a good swing or whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I got to get back that down, but I like that game a lot. I'm playing it some more. I don't think I have a lot left in it, but I'm going through it.
That's good.
Again, and
nice.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh. We both played a little bit of the Crusader Kings 2.
Well, if I played it, I loaded it up.
You loaded it, and you
looked
piqued
at it.
my interest because you loaded it, so I played it a little bit.
Yeah, it's such a great game.
See, I didn't know how to play it because I never played it.
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I owned it. I thought
really?
I just downloaded your copy.
Oh, you actually own it?
I actually own Crusader Kings 2.
And you've never really played it?
I never played it. I installed it. But and I never really played it because I remember what I did. I opened it and went. I had no idea what I'm doing and closed it. And then I almost did that again. I opened it and I was like, looking at all the information. I was like, I see all the information. There's
a ton
no
of information.
idea how to use it.
And there's a lot of big weird terms
that
have to do with like who inherits.
Yeah.
And there's all kind of
it's got its own mechanics to it, and it's. But the reason we were both looking at it, because there's a Song of Ice and Fire mod in the workshop for it. That's like I think 300 megabyte download.
Yeah.
That puts Westeros and Essos, and you can play in that little world, and it's kind of cool. And you can pick which era you play in, and I was kind of messing with it because I was like, I don't understand how you play this, because in it was like you could start basically where the books start. Well, relatively. Mostly, I think where it's like partly into book 2 really is where it starts, and if you pick Daenerys, you don't have a kingdom.
Yeah,
you don't have a.
Yeah, well, because she doesn't have
one. County or anything.
She doesn't have one.
So I was like,
I was wondering how that worked because I thought it was like, well, she doesn't really have. I honestly thought they were just gonna stick her in some weird little county.
Yeah, and you just
had to just build from there.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, so I saw you playing it a little bit, and it's just like a series of events, and you have to make
basically
choose your own adventure type thing.
Almost. At first, I didn't get very far, but I don't know how much it affects. But you start off, spoilers in the book or the show. It's just before the point where you go to Karth, and you go through that, and most of that is just playing the time and letting it pop up windows and say, okay, this happened, and then occasionally it'll give you a choice.
Yeah.
So like in the actual story, Daenerys goes to Slaver's Bay and all that happens. Well, there's a part where you can split from it.
Yeah.
And I think you could literally go, okay, I'm not going there, I'm going over here instead. So you could change the outcome.
How far did you get?
I was following the story.
Okay.
And I actually got to a point where I had an army, and then I was like thinking, oh, I have to go kick this country because that's what she does in the book.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I got, was trying to go take an army to another country, which I took, I think. I don't know. I still don't fully understand.
I loaded up that mod because I was like, oh man, because I love Crusader Kings. It's a lot of fun. If I'm in the right mood, I will play that. Yeah. But I was kind of feeling the itch to play it, but then I've been rereading, re-listening, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Listening to the game of the Song of Ice and Fire Audiobooks.
I've been rereading. You've been re-listening.
Re-listening. I read it the first time. Now I'm listening to it on my commutes.
Yes.
And I'm already on the 5th book. And
I'm on the 3rd book.
Yeah.
There's a time delay difference here.
And so I've been kind of in the Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire mode, and so I thought, it'd be, I want a really good game of that. Well, there is, there's the mod for Crusader Kings, which, everywhere I read is like, it's one of the best, versions of a Game of Thrones style game. Yeah. And I was like, which makes sense, considering how Crusader Kings works. But, and so I jumped into it and loaded up Westeros, and I was like, all right. And I was like, I couldn't decide who I wanted to play. Because no matter what, I thought, well, I could play the Ironborn. But there's no way in hell I'd ever win. No, I could play. No, maybe I'll play. No,
you could change.
I changed the outcomes, but I couldn't decide who I wanted to play. Yeah. I had no idea who I wanted to play, or what time period I wanted to start in. I had no idea what to do. I just couldn't. There was too many options. There was way too many options, and I was just like, I do not know. And then I ended up leaving it, and then I loaded up the regular game, which is updated, so all my old saves weren't working, which is why it was crashing.
Oh, okay.
You saw me the other day. I was trying to load up the game, and it crashed. Well, it's because my old saves it was an old save for an older version, so they've updated it, and since the last year I played it. But, so, in the past I played as Ireland. I played a little county. And my goal was my main, it's what's great about the game. You can play they have scenarios you can play, where you pick whatever, and you can play, or you can pick to play, or you can play like what I do is just pick a country, pick a place, and pick who you want to play as, and go from there. Well, depending on who you pick, vastly changes what game you're playing. So you could pick the current King of England. Or William the Conqueror is where the main game starts out, I think, where he's coming in to take over. You can play one of them, and then, you start with a huge country, and you're already king, and you're, you got lots of resources, and you're doing stuff. Or you can start with just a single count, and build up your family's,
your name,
rule in name.
Try to claim more.
Yeah, and which is what I like to do. And so I started as a count in, or it's not a count, it's a petty king in Ireland, where I had 2 counties, and then which I picked. The one I picked had a claim, could press a claim for a duchy, basically, so I could have a little duchy. So I'd have 3, which gives me a little bit of a leg up to getting more stuff. And then I was, pressing. Last time I played, I had almost 50%. You have to get over 51%, I think, of a region to press the claim on the other parts of it and create the title. And so I was almost. I think I got to the point where I actually declared myself King of Ireland. Yeah. And then I still had half the counties to capture, but I was on my way, and it was going well. But the game's great because it's all just. It's falsifying claims and
very complex.
Sowing dissent and building armies, and then fighting armies to capture things, and then
it's one of those games where it's going to be very overwhelming just looking
at
everything, and
it is very overwhelming.
Which is why I didn't play it the first time. Yeah. But once you kind of start digging into it and start figuring out a little bit of it, you're like, okay, cool. And it gives you a lot of options.
It gives you tons of ways to, and you got a lot of it. Initially with Ireland, I had a lot of problems with. I had a bunch of dudes there and no women to marry, so I started having to import people to my court, inviting all women to my court to marry to my heirs, to marry to myself or whatever, so I could build up heirs and build up a family, and so which is not hard to do, and being a petty king, you got a little bit enough of a clout to get called the King of England. I had my game. I was actually married to the sister of the King of England or something like that, and so I was marrying princesses and yeah, but you have to be really careful because there's all kinds of variables, and if you're not paying attention, it can fuck you. Yeah. I remember one time the first time I tried to become the King of Ireland, everything seemed to be going okay, but then suddenly I was having all these revolts and riots. I'm like, what's going on? And then it's I looked and I'm like, that why are they angry at me? It turns out they don't agree with my religion, and I'm like, well, I'm Catholic like them. And I'm like, no, I was like Eastern Orthodox, and I was like, when the hell did I become Eastern Orthodox? What happened?
Yeah.
And it turns out that the previous generation or something, I had imported a princess from some foreign land to marry, and I just went with, this is like this king's sister, so I'll get me in good with them. Well, they weren't Catholic; they were Eastern Orthodox, and so when she came over, she brought people to court that were also Eastern Orthodox, and her children, who I became, were Eastern Orthodox. So I had a ton of Eastern Orthodox in my country that were completely causing a religious war, which completely undermined my goal to become king of England, king of Ireland, because there was no way anyone was going to follow me. Yeah. Like most of the country hated me outright just for my religion. Yeah, and so I was trying to see if I could work on converting them back or do something, and it was a mess. It was a huge mess. I ended up having to scrap that game, but it's hugely fun.
I heard stories of you talking about it, and I really want to try it. I'll probably try it some more later on.
You'll have moments where you're like, you have your current character, and you're like, I hate this guy. His stats are terrible, or he's got traits that are not good, like they're slothful or gluttonous or gross or insane. Yeah. There's all kinds of traits you can get, and you're like, this guy needs to die. And I've had kings and characters that had a lot of issues, and I was like, he's gonna die, or they're getting old. I mean, past 50 in that time period was old, and I was like, he's gonna die, and he kept getting sick. I was like, if he just die already. Well, and he wouldn't die. And finally, it was just like, got to the point where it was like, my heir was getting old. By the time my heir and my son inherited, he was getting old. And I was like, oh, crap. My guy finally died. And, but it's just very satisfying, on a game. I really enjoy it. So talking about it makes me want to play it more. But,
obviously.
So
you went on a rant there.
I know. It's so great. It's such a fun game.
What else did you play this week?
I got a game that you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
I have swayed you.
No, I honestly forgot about it, and then I saw it was on sale or something on Steam for a little bit, and I was just like, oh, yeah.
It just released. We talked about it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. What's it called?
Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Yes, this is the game I talked about a couple weeks ago.
Or as I would like to call it, the philosophical qualities of failure. Or just rage.
Yeah, you've been screaming a lot. First it was Mario, now it's this game.
I don't know if I would be qualified to do Let's Plays, because it would just be me shouting in anger about some of these things. And I can't decide if I like the game.
Really? You've been playing it a lot.
Okay, so for those who don't know, this is a game about a man in a big pot, like a black cauldron type thing that has water in it, because water splashes out of it every once in a while.
Oh, that must be what causes problems.
Yeah, and all he has, his arms are free, and he's got a big sledgehammer.
It's like a sledgehammer axe thing.
No, it's just a sledgehammer. It's got a cross ping end on one end and a flat end on the other on one side. It's I know those terms.
I don't know what that is, so I'm just gonna move on.
It comes to a point.
Right.
Okay. And so it's pointed on one side and flat on the other, which matters.
Yes.
And basically, you're using it to pull yourself around. And this man has the most impressive arms in the world, because he can you can just launch yourself. You can just push yourself off the ground with it, and you do it by just moving your mouse in like circles. There's no clicking, there's no button mashing, nothing. All you do is move the mouse the direction to try to drag yourself, or to you reach up and hang stuff and pull yourself up. And it doesn't take much to bounce yourself,
because your core body strength. He's very strong.
Well, maybe, but
strong core.
Maybe gravity is not normal. But anyway,
it really, I think that's what it is. He's just too strong. If he was just slightly weaker, it wouldn't have much of an issue. The pot man is too strong. whatever.
But yeah,
his name is.
and it's not an easy game, but it's not like complicated.
No,
it's just drag yourself up this mountain of junk basically, and it's really weird and surreal, and it's frustrating and tiring. My arm is so sore from playing. Like my wrist is aching from it.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is moving a mouse in circles, and like a 5-inch diameter of circle is all I'm moving in that area. Just and like at first I was like, this is gonna be hard, and then I got used to kind of the first basic obstacles, falling down a bunch, and as you fall, there's like it's called with Bennett Foddy, which is like the guy who made it.
Yeah.
I assume that's his real name. I haven't actually looked into it.
I don't know.
And he comes on talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times he's talking about, why he made the game this way or what things he thought about. Apparently, it's inspired by an older game from I think early 2000. But also it's a lot of quotes and little snippets of songs. It's just stuff that plays usually cued by you falling all the way back down or falling a distance back down the way you came up.
Yeah.
And it kind of loops back on itself, so it's really easy to get really far, and then all it takes is you wiggle your mouth the wrong direction, you just push yourself off, and you fall all the way back to the beginning.
Yep.
And it's...
Every time I walk by, you don't seem to be very far.
I'm far right now. I'm further right now. I finally got past the part. There's one part that aggravates me a lot because it's really hard. I'm not 100% sure how to get through it. I've gone through it like 4 or 5 times now, and I'm getting better at it, but I'm still not sure what the best process of doing it. I'm just kind of shoving my way through, and but then I'll get to a part I've done through. Like the next area I'm at right after that is like kind of a cliff face, and the first time I came through, I just flew right up it. I had no problem getting up it.
Yeah.
I spent 5 minutes just a little bit ago trying to get up that damn wall, and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, finally I was like, I'm tired. My wrist is tired. I just need to, I find myself going and adjusting, just little small adjustments to the mouse sensitivity, thinking, I need it to be a little harder, a little slower, a little more. And then I had sped it up a little bit. And I think that was throwing me off. So I bumped it back down a little bit, and I got up.
You're fine tuning.
I'm constantly tweaking it, and. Like I said, the controls are really simple, and never have I seen a game where you are so painstakingly aware of where you're moving your mouse. Because there's been so many moments where I'm like fixed up on a little point, like a small cliff or something, and I'm just trying to move my hammer down to jump myself up so I can hook something.
Yeah.
And I'm just and all it takes is me. If I twitch or something, I'll just bump myself right off and fall off and go all the way back to the beginning.
Yep.
It's frustrating, but it's also satisfying when I get up somewhere.
That's kind of the whole game, though.
I get to
from what I've read.
Yeah.
It's like once you've achieved it, you're like, yes, I've reached this height.
But I don't know I don't have a clue how far it goes. There's no gauge or meter or anything that tells you how far you've gone or how far you have to go. There's nothing. I have no idea where I am.
Well, I know how it ends because I've watched some videos of people.
Yeah.
So there was a suggestion of when you get to a certain kind of design, it'll become evident. I think.
Well, don't tell me anymore.
I won't tell you.
I don't want to. I'm gonna try. I'm going to because I found myself getting really angry at it and getting really upset about it. Because I was like, I got this far, and then I bounced myself, and I went flying off the side and ended up back at the beginning. And I was just like, well, shit, and I quit. And I get angry and I quit, and then I find myself thinking about it. Like, I got it on Thursday, and I played it that evening for about an hour and a half, maybe a little longer. And then I was like, I thought about it. We were out of town for the next 2 days, and I thought about it for the 2 days. I wanted to go back and play it some more. And that was one of the first things when we got back home was I got on and played it some. And then I got angry, and I quit and walked away for a little bit and went and did something else, and then came back and played it some more. So I've gone back to it 3 times just today.
Are you glad I told you about it?
I don't know.
You don't know yet.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm still.
We'll have to check in.
I'm not sure I like it.
And you don't know?
I'm obsessive enough that I want to achieve
the end.
I want to reach its summit.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that need. I want to be able to like say I have finished this goddamn game. But at the same time, I'm not sure I'm enjoying it. I want to beat it. I want to finish it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure this is entertainment.
But it is telling time, at least.
Yeah, but I do think I think my title is a good title. It's a because I don't know if it's being serious. It sometimes feels like it's being like philosophical about failure and how life is about failing, and that's cool. And I appreciate on an intellectual level, I see what it's doing there, and I like it.
Well,
but at the same time, and at the same time, though, I'm like, this is not a fucking game.
But it is.
And I just like
skill. It does take a certain level of skill, and there are
it
goals.
Is,
and
but
there
most
are
of it's just like patience and very fine mouse control,
which is a skill.
To the point that, like I said, my wrist is hurting. It's sore from.
You're gonna have like super strength wrist.
I'm gonna have like the carpal tunnel real bad in this wrist because this damn game.
That's funny.
But I am liking it.
Yeah, maybe.
I keep wanting to go and play it some more, so I don't know if that's me liking it or I'm just
next
an
week.
Idiot.
We'll see how that's going.
I guess we'll see.
If you rage quit.
I got a week until something else comes out that I less than a week, but yeah.
Oh, well,
have you been playing anything else?
Yes. Well, and this kind of ties into news a little bit. So Thursday night was the Game Awards.
Yeah,
2017.
Which I didn't even realize were coming out.
Yeah, the 2017 Game Awards happened on Thursday night. Well, with that came the announcement. We have a whole list of games that were announced.
Yeah.
We'll go through those in a minute. But one of the announcements at the awards was that the new DLC for Zelda Breath of the Wild was announced.
Yeah.
There was a trailer, and it was also released that night.
Yeah.
Which I was a little worried about because we were going out of town. I was like, I must get this before we leave. And thankfully I was able to. So I've started playing that.
Yeah.
How
is it?
I haven't got very far because I only put a little bit of time because we were traveling. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
It adds a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff I haven't got yet, but if you go and watch the trailer, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. The motorcycle.
Yeah, motorcycle. There's a motorcycle.
It sounds like a joke,
but
but it's not. It's not a joke. When someone says something to me, I'm like, "That's a joke. That can't be real. It's them playing a joke." Nope. It's real, and apparently it's cool.
It's apparently really good.
Yeah.
Apparently it's great.
Yeah.
And but I think what it is the reward for going through the trials that you get, dude.
Oh,
because it adds these.
I saw some like in the trailer that you get a little glimpses of some of the trials. They look crazy.
I've done one of them, but it was like the first one I came to, and it was difficult. But it wasn't not as ridiculous as some of the ones in the video.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It adds a lot of stuff to it.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of speculation was whether you're playing Link in the new DLC because it's about the four.
Yeah, the four champions.
Because it's called Champions Ballad.
Champions Ballad. Yeah.
And well, you are playing Link, but I think each of them ties back into those characters' stories. So I don't know if it's flashbacks or what, but there is a link to those.
Okay.
But
a link to those. A link.
And it's Link. It's a Link who's linked to them. And but yeah, it looks good. I'll be playing it some more. So yeah.
I saw it and I was like, okay, I need to get it because I haven't got any of the DLCs yet, and so I'm probably gonna break down since I'm gonna be going on holiday soon. Yes. And so I have a list of games I want to play and put some time into, but I also have a lot of other things I want to do. So I don't know. It's not the break's not going to be long enough.
It's not.
But
you're not going to do everything.
I'm going to try to do a bunch of stuff. But one of them I would like to do is get the DLCs and actually play through them, because I haven't really touched Zelda since I finished it last summer.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't. The first one's, now that the second one's out, I think it's worth getting the expansion. Yeah. But the DLCs, it may not have been worth it before. But you're paying for both anyways. You pre-buy.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
So now I think is the time to buy.
Yeah, now's the time to buy. Yeah.
For Game Awards, mostly a lot of announcements, and a lot of the games I'll be mentioning were from the Game Awards, but. The game of the year at the Game Awards. Yeah. Do you want to guess what it is?
Zelda.
It's Zelda.
I think I saw it, but there was no surprise. We all said it was going to be Zelda.
There's no surprise.
Yeah. No surprise.
No surprise. Because I was literally thinking about the games that came out this year, and I really can't think much beyond the Switch and Nintendo.
I know a lot of people were saying were concerned that PUBG was going to win. Players Unknown Battleground.
Yeah, Players Unknown.
And which, and we're like annoyed that because apparently, people, it's been getting such rave reviews and stuff, but people are like, it's not even finished.
Yeah.
It's not even technically out.
Yeah.
But, and so, like, a lot of people are getting like, we don't want it to be, but, and which I agree with. It's not a finished game.
Yeah. Is it still early access?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah. They announced, they put out a new map for it.
Yeah. They have a new desert map.
Yeah, apparently I've heard good things about it. I need to check it out.
I have too.
I've
heard good things. I had some other... new desert map. That's what I had down here.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out if you play. Zelda won Game of the Year. Some new videos. Death Stranding. They put out an 8-minute... trailer video.
Yeah, it's long.
It's 8 minutes.
I thought, we're gonna get an idea of what the hell's going on.
No. I don't know why you even thought that. I expected nothing.
Well, I only thought that because it was like 8 minutes. It's like, and I knew going in, I'm like, this is gonna be trippy as shit.
Yeah. Well,
like I couldn't, and sure enough, it didn't disappoint.
There's so much weird going on.
I had no idea what's going on.
It's intriguing.
Yeah, it is.
There's some emotions. Some feelings. I don't know what they are. Or where they're coming from, but they're there.
Yeah. And this is obviously what happened when you just set Kojima free.
When Kojima is no longer tied to making a Metal Gear Solid game because that's what everyone wants him to do.
He does some weird shit.
He does some weird stuff, but we're still eating it up.
I know. I want to see what the hell the game is. I mean, this looks more like a movie or something.
I kind of got a sense of it in this one. I kind of got it.
I got an idea what like this felt like the beginning opening cinematic of the movie.
Probably
of the movie, not of the show.
Game.
Of the. I'll use the right term eventually, of the game.
Yeah.
And so I kind of get the idea this is some of the setup, and I don't know what the hell is going on. It's so weird and trippy.
Weird, but what's alarming most about it for me is you got Norman Reedus, the main character, I guess. I assume.
As far as we know.
We've seen him more than anyone else, so I assume he's the main character. Going through all these weird, trippy stuff. And he doesn't seem too alarmed by it.
It seems normal to him.
And I'm like...
This is all just another day.
That part alarms me more. That this is normal for them. Yeah. And that makes me go, what world is this
What is going on?
What is this? This is normal.
And I thought I would watch it, and like a minute or two would go by, I'm like, it can't get weirder than this. And then something else happened. And I'm like, What? The last little bit at the end of the trailer, I was just like, what did I just see?
Yeah. It's just crazy.
It's weird.
I'm
excited about it, but
too.
I have no idea what
Norman Reedus, great. Mad Mikkelsen, great.
Yeah.
He's not even in this
one.
As far as we know.
As far as I know, yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, whereas, like, we have another video that was shown at the Game Awards from Software.
Showed us nothing.
They teased their next game.
Yeah.
Which is one shot. and
some,
it's like
bone and a screw.
It's like a torture
some
thing.
kind of torture thing going on.
And then you hear some crunching, and then there's a quote, and that's it.
That's it.
We got nothing.
Yeah,
it's almost I don't, and I'm ready to buy it. Yeah. Honestly,
it's. Does everyone think it's like a Bloodborne sequel?
I assume it's Bloodborne.
Everyone assumes it's Bloodborne. Are we just assuming that? Is it certain?
No, it's not certain.
Yeah,
but you need to work on your gestures. They don't make any sense.
Anyway,
yeah, I assume it's Bloodborne 2, but who knows? The quote, it says Shadow dies twice.
Yeah. Which is, 2, twice. Yeah, it gotta be Bloodborne. I don't know enough about Bloodborne to guess, but I'm just assuming it's Bloodborne.
I kind of get the vibe it's Bloodborne, but who knows?
Yeah.
Could be a vampire game. Shadows, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. No, it could be nothing. It could be anything. It could be everything. It could be nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be everything, but it's gonna be probably Bloodborne.
It's gonna be, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope it's Bloodborne. It's good.
Yeah. I need to play the first one.
Yes. I need to finish the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have so much more to get through. Let's see. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on with Destiny 2 right now.
Yeah. No one cares about that,
I do. Well, there's the new DLC came out. The Curse of Horus. I don't know how to
Osiris?
say it. Or whatever. Sure.
You played this game.
Whatever.
Why don't you know the name?
I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway. So the new DLC came out last week.
Yeah.
I think it was last week, maybe the week before, but it came out recently.
Yeah.
Well, there were
always having accurate information here on this show.
Raids and Nightfalls, which are part of the game.
Yeah.
Special events you do.
Yeah.
Well, before you could play them. Like I did Nightfalls. I Nightfall. I did some raids. All that. Well, you had to get to a certain point with your power level to do them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the new DLC came out, they bumped up the level cap, basically. So there's you can get to a higher number.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that, they shifted everything up. So you don't get that bump unless you have the DLC. Well, when they bumped it up, now you can't do certain raids and Nightfalls
until you buy the DLC.
So
there's a paywall.
Yeah, that wasn't there before. Like, you could play those things.
So you had content that you could play at your leisure, and then they went and put out DLC, and now you can't play that
part of the game you already
That's some
played.
bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of people are mad.
Yeah, they should be.
A lot of people are very mad.
Yeah. It's like, I had this game, and now I don't.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to have to load it up and see what it says me, because I haven't played in a couple weeks, and I need to look at it now because I probably can't do parts of the game now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's also a game that's bugged in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Or according to Bungie, it's bugged.
Yeah.
Because the game is ridiculously overpowered, and it's called the what's it called? I had it right here. I guess I didn't write it down. Never mind. Something lens. Prometheus lens.
Okay.
Well, it was a bug game, and then, Bungie said, yeah, it's a bug. It's overpowered. We're going to fix it. Then it's also available for purchase in the game. Because there's, a guy that has, on the weekend, you can buy special items from him.
Yeah.
It was available. So a bug gun that they have said that is bugged. It's overpowered in PvP.
It's just, hey, buy it.
Yeah, you can just buy it.
That's weird.
Yeah, so
Bungie's
I don't know what Bungie's doing.
I don't know either. They're doing some dumb stuff.
Okay, let's run through some of these games that were announced. So, people behind Job Simulator have a new one come out.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm excited.
Vacation Simulator?
Yeah.
I meant to watch the trailer, but
I watched it, and it looks like, more Job Simulator style stuff, except, out in vacation land. It looks to me like it's a little more open. I don't know if it's because the clip was on the beach, so I don't know. I'm kind of curious if, all the job sim stuff, you're kind of
space.
Yeah, it's room scale, but you can move around, but you're mostly in a set space. So I'm kind of curious if it's opening up. They're going to have you move around and stuff, which would be cool, and that would be a good way to kind of open up the game and kind of explore.
Job Simulator is fun for like your first VR game.
Yeah.
When you start playing some of the other ones, going back to Job Simulator, it's not as it kind of gets boring pretty quick for me. But maybe they will expand some more.
Yeah, well, and they've added a few little things to Job Simulator since I think
really?
they have like there's like I think it was something like unlimited mode where you can basically keep playing, and then there's also like a night shift on some of them. I think so. I need to go back and check it. It's updated since the only thing I utilized was there's a basically a short person mode where you basically scale everything up. Which at first I was like, why? And then our buddy Trey came over with his son, and I had to find the little thing to flip the switch to make him to scale him up so he could, which is good because that game is a little weird when you're short.
So that's announced. The Vacation Simulator.
Did it say when? I didn't see.
I didn't see a date for that one. Let's see. The creator of Firewatch, which you played.
Yes, I did.
And I started it. I didn't finish it, but they got a new game coming out.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Called Into the Valley of Gods.
Yeah.
It's set in the 1920s, and you're exploring Egypt.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It looks good.
It looks really good. I like Firewatch a lot.
Yeah. It looks like kind of along similar lines, except it's, you have another character with you this time.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being on your own.
Yeah.
Like Firewatch was.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 6 is announced.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I found it hard to care. I like the Soul Calibur games.
The only time I played them was in the arcade. I like playing in the arcade.
Yeah, I like playing them on console. But I don't know. I just kind of, it looked cool. It looked like a fighting. It's really hard for me to get excited about fighting games.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that.
I don't really get into them that much anymore.
Let's see, Bridge Constructor.
Oh yeah.
Portable.
Yeah.
Or Portal.
Yeah, I saw it.
It looks good. It looks fun.
It looks
it's
really
like
good.
Taking those two games and meshing them together.
Yeah,
I'm like
Bridge. I actually have a Bridge Constructor game on Steam.
I played it on
and I played it on
iPhone.
I like doing it. I like making things. I like trying to build things, and even though for some reason it should work, and it doesn't work. But
makes you appreciate engineers.
Yeah. And so I thought it looked kind of cool. I was like, oh, okay, it's out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, this is really strange, but it's obviously just licensed out the what do you call it?
I have no idea where you're going.
Not content. Property.
Property, yeah.
Intellectual property. That's
what
it's licensed.
It seems to me like I don't know. Valve approached them to do it, or it seemed to me like they went to Valve and was like, "Hey, we want to add portals to our okay. I don't know what that. Okay.
Do you not know how to count? Dudley?
I do, but you do it weird.
This means 8 minutes until we're at our hour.
This is 8.
This is 8.
And you're doing it this way. That's weird.
That is not weird.
You gotta use
4 on fingers on each hand. Yeah. That's 8.
Yeah.
Why is that confusing?
You're doing a 5 and a 3. That's how you do 8.
4 and 4 is 8.
You're.
We're at 7 now, but
okay. Anyway, I still have stuff we have to talk about.
You're letting it distract you. And
okay. You gotta work.
You used to have a timer, but you've slacked off.
I counted on you to tell me.
I'm doing it, and you're getting angry about
it. Bridge Constructor Portal.
Yeah,
coming out for everything.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on Switch. It's gonna be on all the consoles, mobile. It's on everything.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Civ 6. Is getting it. The new expansion is going to have 9 civs.
Oh, nice! That's a bunch.
One of them they announced is Korean.
Oh yeah, I saw one today. It was the Dutch.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't catch that one.
I saw that one.
Yeah. So we're getting 9 new ones. So.
Nice.
So if you buy the expansion, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
The creator of Five Nights at Freddy has a new game.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I don't know how much I want to talk about because I know a little bit more.
It's more than it seems.
It's more than it seems.
That's basically it. I kind of want to leave it at that.
It's an 8-bit game.
Uh-huh.
And has some twist. I want to check it out. I think it's free.
It is free. Well, so at least when I looked, I saw the thing you're talking about. It was just a free game.
It's free to play.
And
that
guy's
Steam.
always doing weird and interesting things, but sometimes not very successfully.
No,
but he doesn't operate like a normal game developer.
He's by himself.
Yeah, he does whatever he wants and just throws things out. So I wanted to check it out because I heard it's like an interesting little game, but there's a lot more to it than you would expect.
Yeah,
and so I kind of want to check it out. So
go check it out.
What's it called?
I don't know. What? All I had wrote down was new Five Nights at Freddy game. That's literally all I wrote. You look it up, and I want to talk about other stuff. Mega Man, the guy who doesn't shoot up, has a new game.
Oh, yeah?
Mega Man 11 coming out. It's going to be on the Switch.
Does he shoot up?
I have no idea. But it looks good.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah, there it is. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mega Man.
Okay.
Mega 11. Looks good.
Yeah,
I like the art style of it.
Yeah, it looks nice, but can he point his gun up?
It doesn't matter.
I'm just wondering, can he shoot up?
Yeah. Super Hot. There's a new expansion, but it's a standalone game called Super Hot Mind Control Delete.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, it's basically a roguelike version of the game.
Weird. Okay.
So you're like trying to fight through and then
So is it standalone or is it?
It is standalone.
Okay.
You don't have to have the other game.
Okay. Games, because there's two versions.
There's multiple games, yeah.
But
but
the VR
it's out already.
Yeah.
It's very early access,
yeah.
So apparently
I am always on the fence. I keep looking at Super Hot VR.
Yeah.
You know, but I already own the regular Super Hot. And Super Hot. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You're not hot, so you can't say hot.
And I just, it's so hard for me to buy a game I already own for a different version of it.
Yeah.
Just
unless it's Skyrim. We'll buy
unless it's Skyrim or Fallout 4, which comes out, VR comes out this week.
Yes.
And it's my Christmas present to myself.
Have you bought everyone else a Christmas present?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's very prioritized.
I put what's important first.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I had a few more things I want to talk about, but I'm gonna jump right into one more thing. You and your German 3. Never Stop Sneaking, and it's a game. It's a game.
That's a terrible title.
Never Stop Sneaking. It's very tongue in cheek.
I hope so, because it's a terrible title.
It's a stealth game.
A
top-down stealth game.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives me like a Metal Gear Solid, like PlayStation 1 era feel.
Yeah.
But it's really silly.
Okay.
And
like a parody of that?
It almost feels like a parody of that. And like they know that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The whole setup is that you're trying to sneak into a villain's facility or something. And this villain has a time machine and has gone back in time and kidnapped all the U.S. presidents. All of them. And
all of them?
All of them, apparently. And you have to go in and save them. And the vice president is there, and his name is Vice President Helicopter.
Okay.
He is, in fact, a helicopter.
Like a sentient
helicopter? I have no idea.
Or like just an inanimate object
No,
helicopter.
It's flying at one point.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's someone in the vice president, or if it's just flying by itself. I don't know. But it looks absurd.
If it's not sentient, I'm annoyed.
I'm sure it is. It's got to be. Why would you elect a non-sentient object?
I don't know.
Or
maybe
that's what they're saying. So that the vice president is just
a vehicle.
Just a vehicle to be flown. It looks weird and kind of funny, and it looks fun, and it's coming out on the Switch.
Okay.
And I may keep an
eye
on it.
I remember you and Ham were talking about it, and I hadn't checked it out yet.
Yeah. Apparently, Ham already knew about it, and so when I was like,
he keeps up on this kind of stuff,
some Pokemon Go stuff, and you don't care.
I don't.
They have new Pokemons and a weather warning app thing, and that's apparently not working. That's it. That's all.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Well, I'm going to spend some more time talking about Crusader Kings.
No.
I want to talk about Lines of Secession.
Please go to our website.
And you know, because you got to understand the difference between Gavelkind and Primogeniture, and you know, you have what's the word?
It's
agnatic, agnatic, cognatic,
dumb.com.
Yeah.
There's links at the top. I don't have this in front of me. I never say this, and I'm just trying to remember what all the stuff to say.
Steamroll me.
Yes.
Okay. Well, go to our website at deafandumb.com. That's
I've already said
DEAFNDUMB.com. And all our episodes are there. Yes. You can find links to our social medias. You can find links to email us if you want to do that. No one ever does, but if you want to,
you can.
Please subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, on Stitcher, wherever you want to listen to us. We're out there.
If we're not on something and you think we should, let us know.
Shoot us an email.
Or a tweet.
Or a tweet.
Or a Facebook message.
Any of those. We will see them.
And we might respond.
But yeah, we'll keep putting out a new episode. One every Monday. We've been doing it for
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. We're going forward. I don't know if it's strong, but
we're doing good. I think.
Sure.
Our numbers look good.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I haven't known. I just assume no one's listening.
Well, we'll see.
Next week I will be talking about Fallout VR for certain. I'm certain.
You're promising this?
I don't. Maybe it depends because it comes out this week.
You know what happens if you promise it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
If you promise it, it's not
I started
happen.
thinking about it. It's like it comes out. I think sometime this week.
You're really on top of it.
And next weekend is Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
so we're gonna go.
We're going to see that
with Ham.
The good Ham. So we'll be out of town in the weekend again, and so I don't know if I'll have a lot of time to get far into it, but I'm sure
at
least
get it the day it comes out.
I'll get a
I don't
taste.
work as much as you do, so I can play it.
Not gonna happen.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Someone's got to play it so we can talk about it, and it's gonna be me.
It's probably gonna take 2 days to download.
Probably.
But there's that, and some Star Wars, Dudley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen anything but the first trailer.
I have. Same here. I've been avoiding it.
I have no idea what.
And we're not seeing it till Sunday, so
I'm not going to be on Facebook or anything for
so don't
2
send
days
us a message
straight.
from Thursday to Sunday because we're not going to respond. we're going on blackout.
You're on a media blackout
to avoid spoilers.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just spend all next week talking about Star Wars instead of games.
Maybe
because
we won't have time for it.
Anyway, well, we went too long, but anyway. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.